Hey, Hannah. Are you still crying? You're still crying, aren't you? Oh, poor baby, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for you to get so emotional like this. Maybe I should have given you a hint or something. Did I make it too much of a surprise?
Yes, of course I'm still crying. This is just so wonderful. I'm still having a hard time believing this is real. I feel like I'm dreaming. I'm scared this is all a dream and I'll have to wake up soon. I keep pinching myself. The Keith Young just asked Hannah Murphy to marry him. How could I not cry these tears of joy?
Oh. Well, I'm glad that you liked the ring I picked out. I did tons of research and must have looked through 1,000,000 pages and websites and catalogs of ring designs after ring design. I had so many romantic lines I just wanted to say to you, but I didn't get to say any of them to you because you were crying so hard. It could have been way more romantic, Anne. You must have peed your pants.
Don't worry about that. It was plenty romantic. I'm still reeling from it. It was the most romantic night of my entire life. Oh, I'm walking on cloud 9 right now. Your entire existence is romance itself. It was a perfect proposal. I love you so much. I am so excited and grateful for this new chapter in our lives together. This makes me so incredibly happy. I know it hasn't always been a smooth road for us. I know I can be a little, difficult.
Nope, not at all, Hannah. I've not felt that way for even once in our 6 years of dating. So don't ever worry about that or say anything like that. You're perfect. Don't put a damper on yourself on this glorious day. And I love you too. Oh, but I do need to ask you a serious question before I forget. My mom is saying that she'd like to invite you over for a dinner this week. Maybe in a couple of days? You've never met any of my family members this whole time. She finally wants to be properly introduced now that we're officially engaged. Are you free this week for dinner?
Oh, I guess you're right. It's time I met your mom and sister. Oh, now I'm all nervous. What if they don't like me? What if they think I'm not good enough for you? What if your mom doesn't like the fact that I'm an orphan? Or what if they don't approve of me never having visited them until now? I was just being cautious, but they might not have liked that. They might have found it a little rude. Oh my God, what if they don't want you getting married to me? What if they're completely against it?
Whoa, Hannah. Take a deep breath. You are about to start hyperventilating again. My mom isn't like that. She won't rush to a judgment about you like that. Trust me. If anything, she cares the most about the fact that you are someone that I chose. She is gonna love you. I'm sure you'll like her too. Don't worry about it. It's just gonna be a friendly dinner.
Okay, you're probably right. I need to chill out. I should take some ibuprofen for my eyes so they aren't swollen shut tomorrow morning. I'd hate to turn up to work looking like I got stung by a bee in the eyes. I want to see my coworkers' reactions when I show them my new ring. All right, I'm gonna go take a bath and calm down before I go to bed.
There you go. That's a great idea. Light some candles, pour yourself a nice glass of wine, and just relax. Am I good to let my mom know that you're able to come over on Friday then?
Yes, I should be able to that day. Please tell her I'm looking forward to meeting her. Thanks, Keith. I love you. Good night.
Good night, future Mrs. Young. So, how did you like my family? What did you think?
Oh man, I'm so glad I took half a pill of Xanax beforehand. Otherwise, I would have passed out or something. I was so nervous. Your mom being such a formidable person did not help. I don't think she smiled once during the whole dinner.
You are too adorable. My mom is only tough on the outside, but yes, she is very formidable looking for sure. Apparently her nickname used to be Hades in high school because her stares were so intense, people thought that they were going to be dragged down into the underworld. She's gotten a lot softer now, actually. Can you imagine? That's her being soft.
I'm glad I didn't meet her back then. Yikes. She seemed to want to ask me a million more questions. I feel bad I wasn't more readily prepared to answer them. Did I come off too standoffish? What did you think?
Nah, you were fine. She'll get plenty of other chances to get to know you better. Don't worry about it. Today's dinner did make me think, though, that I wish my dad were alive to see me this happy too. To give me advice and to pat me on the back for bringing a gorgeous girl home, you know?
Oh, I know, sweetie. Let's go visit him this weekend. I'll bring flowers and I'll have my ring cleaned so we can show him.
That sounds perfect. I love you so much. Thank you so much for coming to meet my family today. Maybe take another one of those nice baths of yours again tonight. I know you must have been tense since I know that you were super nervous. Sleep tight, love.
Good night, lover. See you tomorrow.
Hello. Is this Hannah Murphy's phone? Have I got the right number?
Yes, this is Hannah. Mrs. Young, right? Hi.
Oh, wonderful. I hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. I wanted to see if you're free tomorrow morning. What is your schedule like?
No, please, not at all. I am definitely free tomorrow all day. Is everything okay? Did I leave something at your house the other day?
No, dear, everything is fine. I don't think you and I had enough time that night to get to know each other. So I thought I'd reach out and have you come spend a day chatting, having some snacks, and learning a bit more about our family.
Learn about your family? Is there something Keith hasn't told me that I should know?
Oh, nothing like that. We're a very proud family, us Youngs. We value each of our roles within the family structure very highly. I figured you might need some lessons on how to do things around the house, like cleaning, cooking, washing. You know, since you probably never had anyone around to teach you. I will not let you make my Keith do a woman's work just because he's a married man. That is not how I raised my children. Now, how would you rate yourself with using a knife?
Maybe like a 4 out of 10? I don't think I'm the best at cutting things with a knife, or cooking in general.
I didn't think so. That does not surprise me. Well, I'm glad I brought this up then, aren't you? Now that this matter is out in the open, I can help you save a lot of embarrassment on your part. Plus, I won't have to force my one and only son to wear an apron and degrade himself once he goes through the wedding. Can you be at my house by 9 in the morning tomorrow? If you can bring your own apron, that'll be excellent.
Yeah. Yes, I can do that. I will see you tomorrow morning at 9, Mrs. Young.
Well, hello there, Miss Hannah Grace Murphy. How's the orientation? I heard that my mom worked you real good. Did you take some good notes? How was it?
I'm glad you find it hilarious, Keith. I thought I was gonna die. I am so sore all over now. When your mom told me I'd have to take the oven door off and clean the inside thoroughly, I thought it was a joke. And the whole time you were just sitting there watching us. What the hell, Keith?
No, trust me. It would have been worse if I tried to help or intervene. My mom does not like men coming into her kitchen. She's pretty old-fashioned when it comes to gender roles. But I'm proud of you, babe. You handled your first housewife lesson like a champ. Maybe we should go ahead and elope. You seem totally keen to take this on.
Yeah, well, I figured your mom is right. I do need to learn these things at some point. I can't always have someone come clean for me or make you do things around the house all the time.
Meh, I wouldn't mind. You know that. I'm not as old-fashioned as my mom. I think the best chefs in the world are men. Besides, you know I can make a mean French toast.
I do. I love your French toast. But babe, I'm so tired. I think I want to go to bed early tonight. I am worn out.
I bet you are. Yeah, go to bed and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Good night, love.
Hello, Hannah. This is Mrs. Young again. I totally forgot to tell you. I was talking to my friend today and she reminded me. It had completely slipped my mind until just then.
Hi, Mrs. Young. What is it? Is there something wrong?
There's just the small but very important matter of your dowry.
My dowry. Like in the olden days when the bride's family gives the groom's family a gift for taking in their daughter? That kind of dowry?
Yes, only it's not as outdated as you might think, dear. Especially for a prominent family like us. We take tradition very seriously. Now, I know you don't have parents, but that still does not make it excusable for you to come waltzing into our family, take our name, and eat our food empty-handed. A small, intimate wedding is your choice, fine. But a fine dowry must be a grand gesture.
Oh, oops. I'm sorry, I didn't know any of this. Yeah, you're right, I can do a dowry. I don't know what's appropriate, though. I might need your help deciding. Will you point me in the right direction? Keith and I have never talked about this either, so I don't know what I should do. Should I start looking for some watches or something? Oof, I have no clue.
What do you think a dowry is, my dear? What comes to mind when you hear the word?
I don't know what it would mean for us in today's world. Back in the day, I think it referred to cows and stuff that the bride's father gifted to the groom's family for accepting her. So I guess now it would translate to appliances, furniture, stuff like that would be my guess.
You're not totally off. That is a good start. But do think more modern. What do you see a lot of on social media these days? You are a young girl thriving in a modern world. You have Instagram and Facebook and all that, don't you?
Actually, I don't do social media. I might still have an active Twitter account, but I haven't been on it in ages. I doubt I can even remember my password still. How does the modern world do dowry these days?
Like you said, in the olden days, the man would provide a house and the woman would furnish that house in the form of a dowry. Nowadays, the man helps the woman out financially to gift the best dowry to his parents. Sort of like a baby shower, but for the parents of the groom. You know, for successfully raising a marriage-worthy man.
Wow, things have changed pretty drastically, huh?
It's no laughing matter, dear. So many mothers are shamed these days for raising a son who, only a few decades ago, would have been considered more than eligible bachelors. But they're now looked down upon for living in a rental or taking the bus to work. Such trivial things turn a woman off from a man like never before. Women have gotten too spoiled. They think they can pick and choose, when it should have been the other way around, huh? All these feminist activists ruining today's society. It truly is an abomination. Anyway, that's enough rambling on my part. I would like you to prepare a house as your dowry. It's not all that hard, now is it?
I'm sorry, a house? You want me to buy a house?
Oh, don't fret, I'm not expecting a mansion. You can easily buy a cute little house these days for under $200,000, can't you? Nobody is buying anything these days because of the market crash. You could probably name your price and get what you want. Surely you have enough money saved up for a down payment. You are a grown woman with a steady job, aren't you?
Mrs. Young, Keith and I weren't planning on buying a house just yet. We were gonna rent a small apartment above a shopping complex or something and save up for a house for later. You know, when we have kids and all that. We don't need a big place for just the two of us at the moment. A studio is more than enough for us. We're not flashy people. That's why we opted for a smaller, more intimate wedding ceremony as well.
An apartment above a shopping complex? Are you out of your mind? Do you know how dangerous those places are? Dear God, I can't believe you were going to make my son live like a stable boy. And here I was thinking you'd be bending over backwards with gratitude at my simple, easy dowry request. I half expected you to say, "Oh no, Mrs. Young, I can think of something even better." Huh! That is simply not acceptable. You must start looking for a decent house right away. If you send me pictures of houses you like, I can even help you track one down. One of my closest friends is a realtor who specializes in first-time home buying. I know a great mortgage broker, too, if you need to be connected to one. Chop chop!
Yes, Mrs. Young, I will try. Hey, Key, your mom reached out to me today. Did you hear about it? She gave me some tips on what to get for my dowry. Did you know she had that in mind? Did you know she was going to talk to me about it?
Your dowry? No, babe, I had no idea she was going to talk to you about that. I didn't know that we needed to think about that already. It feels a bit rushed, don't you think? We have so much time still. We can take our time with those things, right?
Okay, so you knew. I can tell by how much you're rambling right now. You do that when you're lying or trying to hide something. So, then you must know that she basically demanded a house. Like, she didn't like the idea of me and you living in a rental apartment. She wants a full-fledged single-family home. She even gave me a price range.
I had no idea she asked you to get a house as a dowry. And what do you mean I ramble when I'm lying? I wasn't lying. I resent that.
You know you're lying. If you deny it, you're just lying a second time. That's not important right now. What I want to know is that if you knew your mom was thinking about dowries and something as grand as a house for that matter, why didn't you talk to her? Or better yet, why didn't you talk to me first? You could have given me a heads up at least. You could have come to me and told me that your mom is expecting such and asked me how I felt about it. I hate that you let me hear it directly from your mom. She basically commanded me. And now she probably thinks I'm being cheap because I don't want to jump at the chance to prove my love for you or something. I feel so ambushed, Keith.
Come on, Han. It's not like we're the only couple getting ready for a wedding. There are plenty of other brides and grooms-to-be who are spending even more time and money than us, going over every little tiny detail for their big day. I'm sure those people worry about way more things than just one dowry. All we have to plan for is a tiny ceremony and a dowry. That's it. Besides, isn't my mom right? Don't you have some money saved up? I mean, you do have that insurance money from your parents' accident. A down payment for a small house wouldn't be too hard for you, right? Think about it. A house with a nice white picket fence and a red door. Maybe we can get a dog and let it run around in the backyard while we read on the porch.
Just because I have money saved up in the bank, it doesn't mean I want to spend it all on a single wedding. I don't see why you or your mom gets to dictate how or when I spend my own hard-earned money. And as for my parents' insurance money, I've told you many, many times over the years that I don't ever plan on spending any of it. Would you want to spend the money that you got in exchange for your parents' lives, Keith?
Okay, fine, I get it. Sheesh, just chill out. I'll have a chat with my mom, okay?
I need you to. You will tell her that you and I decided we will do half and half on an apartment like we had always planned. Okay, I'm counting on you to be diplomatic.
Okay, I said I'll take care of it. Hey, Mom. Hannah says that she won't do the house. She's giving me 1,000 excuses to not buy a house right now.
What? How dare she? She was all yes ma'am to my face, but went around my back and tattled on me to you, didn't she? So then what? Did she really expect to marry into this family empty-handed, with absolutely nothing? What will I tell my friends? They're all looking forward to a new daughter-in-law, treating me like a queen. How can you let this happen, Keith? Where on earth did you even find a nobody like her in the first place? There must have been so many other sweet young things you could have had your pick from at college. Why did I even send you to such a highly esteemed school then? What was the point of going to Connecticut?
Mom, come on, she's loaded, I'm telling you. She has so much money saved up because she never spent it on anything. She's like a real-life Scrooge. She's a literal hoarder of money. If you count the money she's got from her parents' life insurance payout, she is a legit millionaire. Maybe twice over. Give me some credit, Mom. Why else would I have picked this girl and waited on her hand and foot for all these years? She is on her best day a 6, but in the long run, she is the literal jackpot for me.
A millionaire, you say? Well, that is all good and fun until the Scrooge refuses to bring a house with her. Then what are you going to do? It didn't seem like she was the type to care all that much if you were to threaten her to cancel the wedding. She seemed like she would easily say, and just let you go.
We'll just have to keep trying. We can be like, if a house is too much, we'll settle for a car, or something like that.
A car?
Yeah. That old Nissan you're sharing with Brianna is getting real clunky. Don't you think it's time for a new car? If I pressure Hannah into thinking that we're making concessions for her sake, but she still has to do something big, she'll cave. She has to. I know how these orphans think. I've dealt with quite a few. All they need is a gentle push disguised as a sweet, caring, generous favor to them. The key is to make them think it's them doing me a favor.
That's my son. Very clever. She should be nothing but grateful to have a man like you in her life. How dare she clam up her wallet like that to her future family? And really, was I really asking for too much? I said I want a house because it had the most value for its price. Some brides opt for a designer handbag or jewelry as their dowry, and those are only good for one person. A house is an investment.
Yeah, she caught me off guard a bit. She was about to bite my head off. But don't worry, Mama. Your son is a capable man. I'm gonna get you that nice new car. What do you like? A BMW? A Porsche?
Hi, Hannah. This is Brianna. I got your number from Keith. I wanted to check in with you and see if you were doing okay. I heard you guys had a row because of the matter of your dowry, is that right? I heard my brother and my mom arguing too. Is everything okay?
Hello, Brianna. Yes, thank you for checking up on me. That was very thoughtful and sweet of you. Don't worry, Keith and I talked about it and he will take care of it for the both of us.
I'm sure he said that. He always says that. But Hannah, I feel like you're not quite understanding the gravity of the situation here. A dowry is an important part of a wedding and a marriage as a whole. Sure, it's more of a gesture than a practicality, but it's always a better choice to pick one that can be both. So I was thinking if you didn't want to cough up the money for a house, how about a car?
A car for a dowry.
Yeah, I think it can be a great alternative, if you really don't want to do a house, that is.
I'm having a hard time seeing the difference between a house and a car, as a dowry especially. They both seem too much. I have never heard of people doing dowries anymore, let alone such extravagant things as a house or a car.
Really? Not at all? All my friends did way more for their dowries. You wouldn't believe some of the things they bought to their husband's family as gifts.
You already have friends who are married. You're still in high school.
Well, I met my mom's friends. Sorry, I've been talking to my mom a lot. I got confused. It doesn't matter who's friends, though. My point is that it's true, though. Lots of people pick nice cars to gift their in-laws. It's fancy and practical. I know some have opted for smaller items like Chanel or Gucci handbags, but they aren't that much cheaper either. My mom would love one of those, but she's wiser than most mothers, so she picked something that could benefit more than just herself. I think that was very noble of her. Besides, you don't want your mother-in-law to lose face in front of her well-off friends, do you? All her friends have received amazing gifts at their kids' weddings, and imagine how my mom would feel if she was the only one who got zilch.
I don't feel comfortable with all this pressure. When did this become a requirement for me? What do people do if they have no money at all? Do they just not get married? Keith and I already discussed our plans in terms of our living situation. We will be renting an apartment and paying rent 50-50. We don't even have a car. I don't know why I would need to bribe my way into a family if it's a marriage between two people who love each other equally. You say a car or a house can be practical, on top of being a grand gesture, but that only applies when I choose it gladly, right? If anything, this feels a lot like theft more than a gift.
Ugh, you're being so difficult. Don't think of it like it's a requirement, jeez. It's not like we're robbing you or anything. Why would you think that? If you bought us a car, Keith could drive it and my mom could drive it herself so that Keith won't have to be a chauffeur. And I can drive it instead of taking the bus to school and lose hours each day sitting around. It leaves more time for everyone. It's a win-win. Come on. We all know you can afford it. Get us a car and it'll be the end of this discussion for good. You're gonna be so welcomed into this family.
What kind of car were you thinking? Not a fancy one like a Porsche though, right?
Oh my freaking god. I just got goosebumps. Holy crap. Are you a mind reader, Hannah? How did you know? Yes, we would love a Porsche.
Whoa, say what now?
What do you think? Aren't they so pretty? I especially like the one with the convertible top.
Brianna, do you know how much a Porsche even costs? A brand new one at that. Those cost more than the down payment I would have made on a $300,000 house.
Oh, really? I had no idea. I honestly don't care about the logistics of it all. Like you said, I'm still in high school. Look, Hannah, I think it would mean a lot to us and prove to us your initiative if you bought us a Porsche. If you don't have enough cash, I'm sure a bank will be more than willing to lend you some. But you don't need that, do you? Keith told me you're loaded. Your parents died when you were really young, and their life insurance paid you a stupid amount of money, right? Dang, girl, I'm jealous. I wish I had that kind of money. What are you being so stingy for? Are you saving up so you can decorate the inside of your coffin when you die? What is the point of having money if you don't spend it on nice things?
You want me to get a loan from the bank for the dowry.
Yeah, why not? I'm just saying if you don't feel like spending the money you already have, the bank is a great plan B. I hear they're more lenient with their interest rates for people who are less than average. I mean, like, if you're below the poverty line, but who knows, they might consider an orphan like you below the poverty line. It wouldn't hurt to ask about it. You might be able to get away with like 1% interest rate or something stupid lucky like that.
I wouldn't call my orphan status a lucky anything. You really shouldn't make light of other people's misfortune like that. I would much rather have my parents than the money.
Well, I wouldn't have brought up any of this if you had just listened to my mom and did as you were told. Do you think I enjoyed spelling everything out for you on her behalf? I'm still a teenager, but I have to meddle in the affairs of grown-ass adults because you won't budge. Is that all my brother means to you? My poor brother.
Wow. All right, fine. I'll get you whatever you want. You want a car, a Porsche? How can I deny my future in-laws anything? We will be a family after all, am I right? Give me 7 days. I'll bring you exactly what you asked for.
Yes, queen!
Hannah Murphy, you answer the phone right now. I am about to lose it. This is your last chance to redeem yourself. You better answer the goddamn phone, or I'm gonna shop around for a divorce lawyer before we even get married. I am so close to losing it.
I was wondering what sound that was. It was you barking like the dog that you are. Do I need to get you a muzzle? Stop the yapping. It is not a great look on you.
What the hell? You told my mom about me borrowing money from you, didn't you? You just had to go and blabber your big mouth. She fainted from the shock of it. She's in the hospital now. Are you happy? Are you real happy you screwed us over like this? Do you feel like a winner, huh?
Yes, I am actually. Thanks for asking. And yes, I do feel like a winner for getting the hell out of the trap you apparently have been setting for me. What, you're totally fine with broadcasting to the whole world about my parents and their absence? You talk all you want about me behind my back with your greedy mom and treat me like some poor little soul who needs a savior? But the moment I tell your mom something you did and she passes out from the shock of it, you go berserk and flip out. Yeah, what a good mama's boy. That's what you are, a mama's boy. You had me completely fooled.
You're doing this because of my mom's demands for a house and a car and stuff, right? You really didn't want to buy that house, did you? You never spend more than $1 on yourself, so why would you want to buy a house for your future family? I see right through you, you know. This is so typical of you.
No, this is typical you. You think I'm throwing a childish tantrum over a stupid dowry? Sure, I could have easily afforded a down payment or a car or even a vacation package to a 5-star resort in the Bahamas for a month. If it was all for a good cause, like a gift I bring to be helpful to my new family, of course. But you've forgotten something very critical here, Keith. You forgot that you left your messenger logged in on my laptop. So try to imagine my utter shock when I watched your conversation with your mom live stream style. That's right, I read the whole thing, as it was happening. Every word. To my shame, that is when I finally realized your true intentions. Bravo for keeping up the pretenses all these years. It took me 6 years to realize who you really are. You really put a lot of work into this, didn't you? Wow, I would never have figured it out on my own. Your performance was truly astounding. You deserve an Oscar for that. I had just turned 24 when I lent you that money, you know? It hadn't even been a year since you and I started seeing each other. I paid the $50,000 to bail you out after the bar fight you were wrongly accused of starting, and you said you'd pay me back someday. I believed you, but I also didn't expect you to either. Do you know what I mean? I paid your bail because I genuinely thought we were in love, and that's what people do for their loved ones who are in trouble. Now that I think about it, I bet you weren't wrongly accused at all like you claimed. You were probably the one who started the bar fight to begin with, weren't you?
Did you really read my conversation with my mom? You're bluffing. I don't believe you.
I thought you might say that, so I took some screenshots to keep with the rest of the evidence I collected. By the way, do you
remember how you volunteered to draft up a contract and sign it to prove to me that you're 100% willing to pay me back the bail money? I kept refusing, but you said you wanted me to trust you. Well, it turns out that piece of paper, which I kept by the way, is actually going to hold some power in court. How about that? I bet you didn't think it would come back to bite you in the behind like this, did ya? I will most definitely be taking all the evidence I collected and bringing them to go see a lawyer tomorrow. Or since I'm so stingy, I'll just go to the police and file a report with them directly. I don't know how fast they work, but you should be getting some kind of notice from the police to come give a statement. Even though you and I are so over, I thought I'd be the bigger person and at least let you know.
Hannah, wait. Look, I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking straight. I guess my mom being taken away in an ambulance shook me up a bit more than I thought. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have come at you so strong like that. I apologize. You're right. After all that you've done for me, I should have been slower to get angry with you. With this whole stupid situation, everything. Can you just let me explain? I can explain everything.
Too little, too late, Keith. Goodbye.
Hannah, dear, how could you not have visited me in the hospital yet? It's been over a week. What could possibly be keeping you so busy? Do you care at all for your poor future mother-in-law? I haven't even heard a peep from you. No messages, no nothing.
Oh, I guess you haven't heard yet. How are you feeling, Mrs. Young? Better, I hope.
Sadly, no. I'm still so sore all over. I must have fallen a lot harder than I thought. Thank goodness for that cushy chair. If it weren't for that chair, I would have hit the hard floor and broken a bone.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that you're still recovering. But also, you are not my future mother-in-law anymore. I'm confused as to why you didn't know that yet.
What? What do you mean I'm not your future mother-in-law? What am I then?
Well, you're a stranger to me now. Someone I was briefly forced to speak to about some personal and unpleasant things. I have ended things with Keith. I'm surprised he hasn't told you right away. I thought he told you everything right away. It's been a week and he hasn't said anything.
No, not a word. Are you playing a trick on me? Keith would have mentioned something like that. Are you ramping up to reveal a surprise? Did you get me that car already?
What good is it for me to play tricks on you right now? I'm telling you the truth. And since it doesn't sound like you remember much about the day you fell, here's a recap. You fell because you were so shocked to hear that Keith had borrowed $50,000 from me a few years back. The part where I told you that the money was to bail him out of jail is where you passed out, I believe. And oh, he might be back with the police now because I reported him for never paying me back the money.
What? You called the police on him? For what? How could you do that to him? Do you want to ruin his life? And for what? A few $1,000s? How can you be so cruel and immature? You shall rot in hell, you little missy.
Cruel and immature is what you are. Please realize that I am being as courteous to you as I can possibly, humanly muster to be right now. I am trying to not stoop to your level, Mrs. Young. I would advise you not to push your luck, unless you want me to press further charges against Keith, you and your daughter. If you're looking for someone to point your finger at, it should be nobody else but Keith. Your precious son has been at the root of all this scam, and I will remind you that you were in support of him. I sincerely hope I never have the misfortune to see any of your faces again for as long as I live. If I do ever see a glimpse of you anywhere, anytime, I hope you can believe it when I say that I have more than enough evidence to snap my fingers and make a judge grant me a restraining order against you. Goodbye. As an orphan teenager, it has always been a difficult task for me to open up my heart and soul to another human being. Keith Young was one of the very few people I had trusted and truly loved. I thought those feelings were mutual. For 6 years while I was dating Keith, I'd given him my everything. Every last minute of my free time was spent thinking about him, and when I was with him, I was too happy that I almost felt guilty sometimes. But it was all built on lies. Keith Young never loved me. He only manipulated me to eventually claim the money that I made the mistake of telling him about. I should have sensed the red flags when Keith's mom made me come to her house to give me wife lessons and demand a dowry that was beyond their means if roles were reversed. But I'm ashamed to admit that I was blinded by the false sense of belonging I felt towards Keith. If it weren't for his messages, I would have gone on and married into that greedy family and spent the rest of my life being drained by them. The police advised me it would be better for me to hire a lawyer, so I did. And Keith was served a notice of action to repay his monetary debts to me as per his own contract, with the additional interest rate I demanded because of how overdue he was. Upon being notified of his charges, he came crawling back to me, apologizing, begging, and crying to take him back. I gave him a firm pat on the back and left him high and dry. That felt pretty good. My lawyer later told me that trying to pay me back what is now over $100,000, Keith has had to sell his mom's 3-bedroom house, move into a 1-bedroom apartment, much like the one he and I thought we'd live in after the wedding, and take on 2 extra jobs. I couldn't care less how he paid me back. I just hope this teaches him a valuable lesson on the dangers of coveting somebody else's money.